But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
How's Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
You kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're going about Crawford.
He's different weight classes.
The most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
I think Crawford could beat Canelo Álvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence. So, well, shows what I know.
In the lead-up to Terence Crawford's bout with Canelo Alvarez, boxing legend Floyd Mayweather has warned Alvarez. Mayweather emphasized the physical toll that an extensive boxing career can take, noting that fighters like Alvarez with numerous high-profile matches may experience a decline in performance sometimes abruptly. This observation serves as a caution to Alvarez, suggesting that despite his impressive track record, the demands of the sport could impact his readiness against a formidable opponent like Crawford.
Mike, I gotta say this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said, the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
Yes, I don't know. Yes, wasn't used to having money. I said, when I had money, you know, you're not accustomed to that shit, man.
Yeah, but not everybody's Mike Tyson. You're very generous. You're a genuine, nice person. Tillman told me that one time you lent him his car, he kept it for like 3 months or something.
I don't know, this shit. Listen, if you have money and you can't help nobody with it, what's the purpose of having it?
The most awaited fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set to take place in September 2025 on Mexican Independence Day weekend. This super middleweight title bout will see Canelo defending his WBC, WBA, and WBO belts against Crawford, who is making a significant jump from welterweight to 168 pounds.
Looks like it's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
You say it's a good fight. It's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
You use that for motivation, like Canelo's, like, you know.
I definitely do use that as motivation, because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous he is.
How would you approach the fight?
Was it scissors? Is it scissors? That's scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach the fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against him?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting him.
Floyd Mayweather has recently shared his perspective on the potential matchup while acknowledging Alvarez's impressive achievements, including his ascent to light heavyweight champion, a move Mayweather admitted he didn't even see him going up that heavy. He currently ranks Crawford as the #1 pound-for-pound boxer.
That's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. See, Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and the winner would fight each other.
I didn't know that. But I don't care. Yeah, that's it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Also, I got to do this. I agree with you that there's a lot of things about it. There's a lot of promoters. There's more testing organizations, not just sport. Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about those last ones?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And if for it to be like a mandatory thing, like, why can't I use another organization? You know, but again, I don't want to talk about them because, you know, it might sue.
Mayweather praised Crawford's versatility, highlighting his ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances effortlessly. He emphasized that Crawford's adaptability and intelligence in the ring could pose significant challenges for Alvarez, who is renowned for his power and discipline. Mayweather noted Crawford can make adjustments mid-fight like few others. He's not going to stick to the same game plan. If it's not working, that's why I give him the
The others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out. You know what I mean? So
Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Álvarez have a long-standing relationship that dates back to their iconic fight on September 14th. 2013. This bout, which took place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, remains one of the most talked about fights in boxing history.
I'm not even a fan of that fight. There are too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Yeah. Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160. Yeah, Canelo ain't gonna come down. Maybe 166 max if he accepts. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish from 140, 147, now 154. That's even great for him. He wants to do something, collect the belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and at that point it's more of a big fight, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Vitterbeef or Bivol again. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys. Not a smaller guy moving up.
At the time of the fight, Floyd Mayweather was already a boxing legend, holding an undefeated record and multiple world championships across different weight classes. Canelo, on the other hand, was a rising star at 23 years old. He was the WBC and WBA super welterweight champion and considered the future of boxing.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boot? Boot trying to take over and start beating the guys around him. He's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 with him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looks to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He will take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I can go.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like, oh my God.
Joe Rogan highlighted the significant impact of Canelo Álvarez's 2013 loss to Floyd Mayweather on Álvarez's subsequent boxing career. Rogan emphasized that the defeats served as a pivotal learning EXP experience, leading to notable improvements in Álvarez's defensive techniques, particularly his head movement. He remarked it was a life lesson. Then you look at how Canelo's head movement got after he realized it.
Robert, what's a smart bet on Crawford Canelo? Canelo by knockout or Canelo by decision?
Crawford by decision.
You have to bet?
Yes.
I said Canelo by decision.
Crawford by decision.
No, but you said Canelo by knockout or Canelo?
Yeah, no, because I'm saying that's what's going to happen. Canelo's going to beat him. But which one?
No, man. I've always been saying, I think Canelo at the end, obviously his strength, his weight,
experience,
everybody takes over. But
I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford just fucking boxes and fights smart and beats him.
He's probably gonna be 40 to 1 underdog or something crazy like that, right? It's not gonna be close.
It's not close.
3 weight classes.
3-4 to 1 of this?
Nah.
It's not gonna be that big of a difference. No.
When you pick the knockout, when you pick the knockout,
But if it's just
who wins straight out?
I think it'll be maybe 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Maybe that's too much. Maybe 2 to 1. Maybe
I don't think so. So they finally announced Ryu's fight, Gary Russell. What do you think? Not easy fight. No easy fight to this level. It's gonna be finally. You guys will be first time you're ever going to Tank fight, right? Towards the corner.
Tank's fight.
Is Tank's the main event?
Joe Rogan has also shared his thoughts on the fight between Canelo and Crawford in a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Rogan discussed why he believes Crawford has the edge over Canelo. He highlighted Crawford's speed, skillet, and strategic brilliance as key factors that could lead to his victory. Rogan also broke down how the contrasting styles might clash in the ring, making it an intriguing matchup.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it in Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
weight
60, yeah, but you're coming up from 35, 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo
Álvarez.
You have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight. Trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot.
Of course.
That's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Canelo has an impressive track record, boasting victories over some of the top contenders in the sport. His capability to compete across different weight classes showcases his adaptability and talent in the super middleweight division. Canelo's power stands out, making him a dominant force. His ability to land powerful punches and withstand incoming blows marks him as a highly formidable adversary. In addition to his power, Canelo's agility and ring intelligence set him apart. His head movement, defensive skills, and ability to counterpunch with precision make him a well-rounded fighter. Canelo's experience against elite-level competition has honed his ability to adapt and strategize in the ring. His recent victory over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further solidifies his status as a top-tier fighter.
Canelo is one of the top dogs in the sport as of right now, and he's a great fighter himself. So just having somebody like him to say I'm his favorite fighter is it's pretty touchy. I think I'm the face of boxing already. If we being real, I think I'm the face of boxing right now. I think that Canelo going out the door, all the top guys. Canelo probably the only one, but he's going out the door. So.
Berlanga has shared his perspective on the matchup between Álvarez and Crawford. He acknowledges Crawford's exceptional skills and boxing intelligence, suggesting that Crawford's abilities could pose significant challenges for Álvarez. However, Berlanga also points out the considerable size advantage that Álvarez holds given his natural weight class. He describes the fight as a mismatch due to this disparity, emphasizing that while Crawford's skill set is formidable, the weight difference could be a decisive factor in Álvarez's favor.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Álvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford. Against Matador, people are going to say, oh, he had some hiccups. Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Matador was a little difficult to eat, he's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you really when you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Terence, you make Crawford." You're always saying how great Crawford is, But who did he beat? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter.
A key challenge for Crawford would be stepping up 2 weight divisions to take on Canelo. In his last fight, Crawford moved up to 154 pounds and earned a decision win over Israel Madoff. However, advancing to super middleweight would require him to compete against much bigger and stronger opponents.
But to me, can Crawford hurt him? I would pick Crawford to win if he can box and stay away. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. If Canelo catches him, it could be trouble. But I would still say it will be a very interesting fight. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in a ring with anybody this powerful. And I'm wondering whether he can stay away. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, you can't keep him off him. And that's where the problem lies.
What do you think a win like that would do for Crawford? Would that put him
I think it was
Robinson, Mayweather?
He and I spoke about it. He and I spoke about it in Vegas when the UFC event was at the Sphere. It's a fight he wants desperately. He wants badly. He says it's a legacy fight. He thinks about Tommy Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and others moving up in weight. And he believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo Álvarez.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult
Dan Rafael has also provided an in-depth analysis of the upcoming showdown. He stressed that this fight is among the most highly awaited matchups in boxing as both athletes are regarded as elite pound-for-pound competitors. Rafael pointed out the importance of this bout, describing it as a crucial challenge for Crawford to prove whether he can successfully step up to the super middleweight division and face a dominant champion like Canelo.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on solo Canelo Álvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason is a promoter. He did say it was the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course, he wants big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the more people can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look. I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter, like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did almost look it very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Former world champion Demetrius Andrade believes that while Crawford is an exceptional fighter, Canelo's size and experience at higher weight classes give him the edge, and predicts that Crawford might struggle with the power and agility of Canelo.
Be great. Gotta be 3 times. The 154 win the belt. That's 3 times super. Then I say super great. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in his next 2 fights, and he still got age on the side and maybe for if he's trying to chase greatness. But I mean, he already does something that's never been done. Charlo don't win that.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it for you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happens.
Yeah.
David Benovitz asserts that for Crawford to challenge Canelo, he would need to move up 2 weight classes, stressing the importance of respecting weight divisions. Despite acknowledging Crawford's exceptional skills, Benovitz gives Canelo the advantage in the match, highlighting the difficulties associated with moving up in weight.
A potential fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford.
How do you see that fight? Who
I
do you
like Terence.
Wow.
Friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence. Yeah.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Well, Terence win. But listen, Terence, different man. Terence worked in two stoica.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Right.
And
Right.
switch hitter.
Yes.
He's a switch
Yes.
hitter.
Yes.
Right and left. But it's very smart man. It's very smart. But feel distance and play.
Adjustment.
Spacing,
Exactly. You don't think the weight difference will be a factor too much?
Mario, you're asking him?
That's why. No, that's why. That's why I'm asking exactly.
Canelo big, yeah, Canelo good box. But I say that.
Wow.
Moving up to super middleweight to face Canelo would be a significant leap for Crawford. However, the challenges associated with this transition include adjusting to the increased power and physicality of opponents in the higher weight division. While Crawford's technique and skill are exceptional, questions remain about whether his power and durability will translate effectively to super middleweight.
He's gonna be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, it was Floyd, then you left. And then it's gonna be Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what's on the line with that fight, right? Canelo and Terence is whose era is it, right?
Nah. I think Canelo had his time there. Canelo had his time. Yeah. Let's go for mid arc time. Yeah, for sure.
What made Roman such a great trainer?
He can adapt to any style, bro. Like, he can adapt to any style. First of all, we all got different styles. And he always making this better in our own style. He got Troy Eisen. Troy Eisen is a different style. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he got Adrian Griffin. Adrian Griffin is a different style. Of course, he got Jamel Harris and Terence Crawford. All different styles. And he make these fighters great. He can adapt to any style. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes him look.
What do you think about the potential fight between Canelo Álvarez and Terence Crawford? Would Crawford's skill and speed be enough to overcome Canelo's size and power, or is the weight difference too much to handle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.